Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'll be speaking in the area of women's health. And I'll be speaking precisely on the birth control. Why is this a concern to me? I will let you know in a few seconds. Before we get started, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to like my video and feel free to comment. And if there's any questions or any areas of women's health that you would like me to do video on, please let me know. Put at the comment section. So, like I said, in the course of the past 3 months, I've had cause to go greet women at the hospital. And the cause of the problem they are facing at the hospital has to do with birth control. And I discovered that these things are some of the problems these women are facing, as something that probably, if they have seek more information, or probably if because I don't know how to put it, like let's put it like maybe a little bit of caution and care, probably it will have saved the headache and the problem. But nobody can predict what the outcome of birth control will be, because all these form of birth controls that are available to women, they are associated with risk. And the same way that there are some that are with lesser risk, there are some that are with risk, but a whole lot of them, many of them, except the natural one, they are associated with the risk. Even with the natural one, is not safe. It is not safe. So, and as much as we want to fulfill our destiny, like they say, health is wealth. We need our health to be able to fulfill our destiny, to fulfill the purpose that we've been called to do, and at the same time to be dear in the life of our husband at the old age. As long as the Lord give us the grace, we need good health, and to enjoy the fruit of our labor. Regarding our children, we want to be there when they are doing great. We need our health. So I'll be speaking to all the women, because anything that has to do with women, it's always give me a concern. Anything that has to do with how they can fulfill their destiny, how they can do great, how they can develop themselves, how they can live in good health, is always a thing of joy for me. And that's the reason why I'm going to be speaking on this. I felt strongly that I need to speak in this area. And here is a disclaimer: I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm not related to any medical health field. I'm just speaking as a concerned woman that wants every woman to enjoy the fruit of their labor, and to also reap the fruit of their labor, to live in good health, and to fulfill destiny and fulfill purpose, and to make sure that they do not labor for another woman to inherit. That is who I am. That's the reason why I'm speaking on women's health regarding birth control today. The decision about the choice and the type of birth control to select is personal. It's a decision that is personal by individual, based on a whole lot of factors. The factor may be because of reversible fertility, because what a woman of 25 years to 35 years we need will be different from what a woman of about 40 plus that is not envisaging giving birth again we need. But the most important thing is that whether young or old, every woman needs to know that their health matters, their future life matters, and their purpose of being in existence matters at the same time too. So in order to choose birth control, please, I will advise, number one thing is that know your health, and make sure that you speak with the right OBGYN. Your OBGYN, make sure you consult with them. Even I know that a lot of OBGYN, they will always give you the best advice that they think that suits your situation, but they cannot tell you that this is the risk or the problem that your body will face. They can tell you like these are the side effects, general side effects for the birth control that you are choosing, but they don't know how your body will react to it. But the most important thing is that once you do it and you get to know that your body is reacting in a funny way, try quickly to make sure that you go check yourself. And if you check yourself, there is need for you to remove it, please do remove it, because it is only when you have life that you can satisfy your husband. It is only when you have life that you can take your position, your full position in the house of your husband, in the life of your children. You need your life to be able to do great things, and you need your health to fulfill the purpose and the wealth that God has committed into your hand to manage and to enjoy them. It is very important. A woman should carefully weigh the risk and the benefit of effective birth control, because if you still want to have children, let's say you have one children, you still have one child, you still want to have more children, you may probably look in the area of natural birth control instead of dipping IUD into your body that will be causing you more harms, instead of having IUD that will be making you to suffer stroke, heart attack, or to make you to be bleeding in between periods. All these things are something that unnecessary headache that we can avoid. We can try to see what we can do to better our health. If you are still young and you want to have more children, while you are still waiting in between the time to have more children, I will just suggest and advise that you have natural birth control. We all know natural birth control is not safe. You can get pregnant anytime, but since you still want to have children anyway, it is better to play with that and enjoy your life and stay in good health. Immediately you finish having your children, you can go in the area of see which one you can do, either the permanent one, and let it be a decision between you and your husband. There are a whole lot of different birth controls that are giving serious trouble. There are 4 types now that they are saying from the medical practitioners that I spoke with. There is one they call hormonal birth control. Hormonal birth control, it can be in form of hormonal patches, birth control implants, vaginal rings, and all these things, they cause trouble to the body. The hormones that are released into your body, they are synthetic. And they've discovered that they are prone to cancer. They are prone to uterus cancer, or they are prone to they can cause a stomach cancer. All these things, they are not something that a woman should be going through for the sake of having to satisfy husband. And I think in this area, husbands should try to come to an agreement with wife to see the best help that they can do to help their wives, because it is men, the security, the health concern of wives are in your hands when it comes to that area. See how both of you can discuss and talk, because you don't want to weigh pleasure more important than the life of your wife. It is very important. And there are some they are calling a barrier birth control. Barrier birth control, these they call it, they have in form of diaphragms, condoms, cervical caps, cervical caps. All these things, they are something that you have to wear in the body as well. Like diaphragms and the cervical caps, a medical practitioner made me understand that wearing it for over 24 hours can increase the risk of having a toxic shock syndrome. Why do we have to go through all this? Because of pleasure? Why do we have to go through it? Because of pleasure? Women, we should ask ourselves what this kind of questions, because this thing is becoming rampant. Women are suffering in silence because they want to keep the marriage. Yes, we need to keep our marriage, but we need to have our health. We need to have good health to be able to keep our marriage, to be able to enjoy the marriage itself. In a situation whereby our health is suffering, because of pleasure that we want to give to another man, our husband, then we need to consider what is very important. Is it life or is it pleasure? And husband, we need your cooperation. Husband, wife need cooperation. Your cooperation when it comes to see the better way that they can live as well, to be able to be there for you when it comes to the pleasure, sexual pleasure. Life is very important. The risk that associates with birth control is not something fun. It's not something play. It's not something, when you see the pain that women go through when they are at the hospital facing problem. There are some of them, they have a IUD, some women with IUD that they are going through uterus perforation. This is very painful. This is not something a woman should be going through unnecessarily. Natural birth control, yes. Natural birth control fails. The form of the natural birth control that I got from the medical practitioner, they call it ovulation test kit. That is what you have to use when you are ovulating. We all know that this may fail. If you try to meet your husband around this period, it can lead to pregnancy. Cervical mucus examination is another one, and tracking menstrual cycles. All these things are not something that is safe, but it's natural. It is natural. If you are in the area of, if you are still trying to give birth, to have children as a woman, you may want to try that because it's earth safe. It is earthwise safe, but when it comes to pregnancy, it is not safe. You may get pregnant in between anytime, and if you don't desire to, if you still feel like, okay, you don't want children, that may not be the type that you can use. The other type of birth control is the intrauterine devices, emergency contraception. Emergency contraception is the one they call money after the pill. Money after the pill that you have to take in the morning. All these are not safe. But uterine devices is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Some women, they are having womb perforation now that is very dangerous. Is very painful. The pain that they go through to have this thing corrected, to correct this thing, is not fun at all. And there's another one, they call it surgical sterilization method. Surgical sterilization method is the permanent form. If you are not having children again any longer, it's something that you may want to consider with the agreement of the husband. You may want to consider that to see how you can save yourself the headache of every month, the headache of taking pills, the headache, the pain and the stress that associates with the birth control. So, and from what I've seen women gone through, and from my conversation with the medical practitioner, I will be discussing the side effect of the birth control. The birth control that I've seen women gone through. Especially the pills one. The pills one is a lot of stress. It gives them nausea, it makes them to vomit. And also some women, once they start taking their pills, all of a sudden they will just blow up, like they will be so bloated, weight gain, that these things is not something that is natural. It's all these hormones that are released into the body, that are being released into the body, the synthetic hormone, is what is causing them to react to gain weight. And some women, they will continue to have skin discoloration, patches upon patches, or their face acne upon acne. All of a sudden, these things will just be giving them a lot of changes all over their body. And some women will be spotting bleeding in between periods. Why does anybody have to go through this? Some women, they would, even if they are not, some women, their body may tolerate that they don't even have weight gain, they don't have skin discoloration and anything, but they will be having mood swing that can lead to mental depression, all these things. Does it worth it because of pleasure for a man? We need to ask ourselves, does it worth it? Also, another thing, some women, all other things, they may not face it, but they will have breast tenderness, swelling. And we all know that the major number one causes of women's death are breast cancer. So does it worth it to be going through all this stress because of sacrificing our life for a man? Have you forgotten as a woman that if something happened to you today, people will console this woman, they will console this man for a short period of time. You better take another wife. Don't kill yourself. So let's try to see that our existence in living. Yes, we all know that one day, at the fulfillment of our age and destiny, we will leave the face of the world. But we don't need to die untimely because of we want to sacrifice our life for our husband. Yes. We need to keep our marriage. We don't want our husband to go out, but we should try as much as possible to apply wisdom in doing all this birth control, because this thing is taking the lives of women. This thing is causing a lot of discomfort. This thing is causing a lot of issues, unnecessary issues. Some damages to women's life are forever. They are not something that can be corrected. And some of them, even after they are corrected, they live with it forever. All these things does not worth it. We should try as much as possible to make sure that we keep our lives safe. Or some women, when they have, with all these birth control, give them heart attack, it gives them blood clots. For example, there are some IUD that they wear it, and for a long period of months, they don't menstruate. Where are those blood going to in the body? Where are they reserving in the body? All these things are things that we are forcing our body to overwork. We are forcing our body to overwork to make sure that, okay, we don't get pregnant. Do we have to suffer all this? Do we have to? Women, we need to ask ourselves. We need to choose between life and giving pleasure to men. Yes, we should try to work with our husband to see what suits our head that we can do. I'm concerned about the way women are suffering. I'm concerned about it. Today I'm coming from an hospital where I've gone to greet somebody, and this thing too, for the past 3 months, it has happened to about 6 women that I've seen. All these things are not something that anybody should go through. We should try as much as possible to apply wisdom. And speaking to entire women, including myself, we all need to apply wisdom. Wisdom in doing all this birth control, it is very, very important. All this birth control, we don't want to lose our life. Our life is very important. There are a whole lot of life that are associated with us. The life of our husband, the life of our children. We have parents, we have families, we have siblings. We need to consider all this. We need to consider. So among all these, which one is the one that anybody can do? I think the one that anybody can do is to make sure that you consider your health. You know your body before you go. And when you go to visit your OBGYN, you make sure you come clear. Come clear, be sincere with the way your health, what you feel in your body before you do it. And after you do it, you do visit, check up. Please make sure that you let your doctor, your personal physician, know the exact thing that you are going through. And if your body is giving you any form of signal, either bleeding, either high blood pressure, or make sure, or your blood clots, please make sure that you treat this immediately you notice anything. Watch your body before you do it, and after you do it, make sure that you go for regular checkups. And whatever you watch your body, make sure that whatever you don't experience before. If you are experiencing it all of a sudden, like high blood pressure, you don't experience that before, but you notice shortly after you do the birth control, please report to your doctor. If there is need for it to be removed, let it be removed. And if there is need for you to keep it, keep it. But your life is very important. Have a good discussion with your husband. See the best way both of you can work together to make sure that you are still the mother of your children and you are still the wife to this same man. Because you don't want to labor in vain. I will not labor in vain in Jesus' name, and I pray that you will not labor in vain. Please, I beseech all women, consider your life, consider your health, consider your future, consider the purpose that God has given you. Consider that you don't want to waste your life. It is very important. So in choosing the birth control, and make sure that you work with the right doctor. Make sure that you work with the right doctor. Make sure. The doctor does not know the best way your body will react to the birth control when you do it. They can only tell you the general side effects. But before you do it, know your body. After you do it, know what is the changes that it is bringing to your body, so that you can better see how you can adjust this and resolve it. I pray for every woman that nobody will labor in vain. We will all reap the fruit of our labor, and we will be there for a long time to enjoy our husband and to also be there for our children, to see them doing great things, and also to reap the fruit of our labor. God will help all of us. If you like this video, please feel free to thumb up to the like. Feel free to like and share. Subscribe if you are new to this channel. Please subscribe. Your health will not fail you, and my health will not fail me, in Jesus' name. Have a great week. Remain blessed. Till I come your way next time. Bye.